Oh, back to normality. Wolves 0, Crystal Palace 2. A very, very poor performance and a very poor defensive performance. We're so used to Wolves being very compact at the back and not giving away chances and not being sloppy and making errors. But today they weren't very good at all, I thought. Bolly, of course, got booked early on, and whether that affected his performance. Bennett also getting booked in the first half. Early in the second half, because of a forearm smash to Wilfried Zaha, meant that those two couldn't really go in as hard as perhaps they would have liked to. But I think the midfield let us down a little bit. I think Saïss was slow in possession, giving the ball away quite often as well. Moutinho, he was not as effective as he was in the games against Fulham and Spurs in the last couple of weeks. He wasn't able to get the ball ticking over as much. And in credit to Palace, they did what a lot of other teams have done to us, and that's restrict the space in the middle of the pitch and get lots of players behind the ball when we've got possession. We need to get better at breaking down teams who do that, because it's going to happen quite a lot. And we're going to keep on losing these types of games if we don't improve on that. Because you could have put a video of the Brighton game or the Watford game or the Huddersfield game, in fact, against today's game, and it would have been almost identical. There are elements from all of those games today, particularly the first goal for Palace with the scuffed shot across the penalty area, then tapped home by Jordan Ayew, who, according to my father, never scores. He said that with 25 minutes to go, so obviously he went on and scored. And then Wilfried Zaha, I think he got a lot of stick from the South Bank and from lots of Wolves fans, quite unnecessarily today. I think I actually quite enjoyed watching him play. He was causing us all sorts of problems down the left-hand side for them and our right, Matt Doherty's side. And we just couldn't deal with that pressure and that pace down that side, which not a lot of teams have got, really. And I don't know. Our attacking play was not very effective either today. I think Cavaleiro played quite badly and he was hooked off. But then when Traore came on, we weren't able to get the ball to him effectively. And perhaps we're looking at all the negative things from our perspective. But if we let the dust settle a little bit, and maybe if we were to watch the game again, it might be that actually Crystal Palace played very well. They looked the more likely to win the game throughout the whole match, I think. A couple of goal-mouth scrambles that we failed to clear, and they eventually got one that fell to them favourably. But we're all getting carried away after the Wembley on Saturday, beating Spurs. But today's been a good thing, I think, to stop us all getting carried away, because we're not consistent enough. We haven't got a good enough squad, I think, to go deep into cup competitions and things like that, which obviously is the ambition. But we haven't got a squad that's capable of being consistent at the moment, and that's something that needs to be worked on. I think we could do it with the players that we've got, but that's the main sticking block at the moment, is that they can't string 2 or 3 good performances against differing teams together, and that's what cuts the top teams from the middle of the table teams. Let me know what you thought of today's game in the comments down below. I think there's been a lot of vitriol online straight away, but I think we need to just stop for a second and reflect and think about how good we've been and how good we were on Saturday, and just think, what can we learn from today's performance? Because we've got a tricky couple of games coming up. Liverpool in the Cup, which I imagine there'll be a lot of reserves playing in that game, particularly now after that result. And then Man City away in the league. Before then, Leicester, which of course, our sort of rivals for that 7th and 8th place. But yeah, every game is big. Every game is important. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video, and check out the little song I made about all the Wolves players the other day. I really enjoyed doing that. I keep watching it. I love it. It's my favourite video I've ever made. Anyway, thank you. Bye-bye.